I'm talking directly to your Twitter users. If this clip goes onto Twitter, I hope you know you're not right with some of the things you think.
Is Twitter the most brutal place?
100, not even no comparison to any other
Really?
place. Yeah, people say sometimes, "Oh, you're a clout chaser." I don't post on social media to be a clout chaser. I don't do it. I don't. The new islanders come out. I don't message any of them or try and follow them or anything like that to try and think. That's never been the intention of doing.
Yeah, guys, we had to beg him to come on the podcast today.
On hands and knees.
You were first carpooled up with or matched with Rachel.
Yep.
And then you moved on with Juliet.
Yes.
So have you kept in touch with either?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast hosted by two lovebirds. Me, myself, Will Young, and my beautiful girlfriend, Jessie. Wynter, take it away.
Today we are joined by Love Island all-rounder and now to be Netflix cast as well. We've got Scott. Woo!
Yes, so Love Island, USA, Love Island Games, and Perfect Match.
You're even forgetting in what? Yeah, you're even forgetting in what order or how to say them all. To be fair, yeah.
It's just everywhere. Here,
It's
there,
just
everywhere.
yeah.
So your first three. So for those that don't know, which you probably do know, because like we said, he's been on everything.
I've done everything. You can't avoid me.
2023, Scott, you went on Love Island UK summer series. You came straight off, and within a month, you were on Love Island USA.
About 3 weeks on the US. I'd flown out to the US within 2 weeks of getting back to the UK after my original season.
That was crazy. Because I remember when that happened, and we were like, "How did he even get there?"
Yeah. Okay. I've got a couple of questions on that. Which did you prefer?
UK is always going to be. It's always going to be my favourite because it introduced me to this world. It was the one which I truly went through every emotion. US was a little bit of freedom because at the time, although Love Island US has blown up now, at the time it weren't that big. So I knew I'd get away with it.
Because the year after it blew up massively. I would be annoyed.
I mean, of course, there's a little bit of me that's annoyed, but that wasn't the reason of doing it.
No, of course.
Clout has never been the reason I've done these shows. Yeah. It has been for the paycheck. That's the reality of it, and I've always been pretty open about that. So whether I get clout off the back of these shows or not is a bonus. It's never been the reason I do it. People say sometimes, "Oh, you're a clout chaser." I don't post on social media to be a clout chaser. I don't do it. I don't. The new islanders come out. I don't message any of them or try and follow them or anything like that to try and think. That's never been the intention of doing.
Yeah, guys, we had to beg him to come on the podcast today.
On hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to talk about Love Island a bit later on, but you've just come off of Perfect Match.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
I loved it. Honestly, it was such a good experience. I enjoyed every second of it. It felt like it's a little bit different to Love Island where it's filmed so far in advance. Like this was filmed September 2024. So you felt like 2024, yeah. And then it's 11 months it took to come out. I think it was a little bit too long, to be honest.
Yes, because you have to do, you can correct me where I'm wrong, but NDAs are signed and you almost have to act single, is it?
You have to pretend you're single the whole time.
Is this in the contract?
In contract, yeah.
But what if even if you came off with someone, you've got to pretend you're not in a relationship?
Until that final episode airs, you've technically got to be single, yeah.
Wow.
So you can't see
in the public eye. Obviously, you can tell people like face to face and stuff like that, but yeah.
Okay, that's nuts. And it's a completely, for anyone who hasn't watched Perfect Match, you can probably explain it a little bit better than me, but it looks like a completely different vibe in the sense that it's everyone from reality TV, like dating reality TV, right? And then you have like mixers, and in the mixers you match and then walk out sort of thing.
Yeah, so what'll happen is, so this was the first series where they casted outside of Netflix. The first two series of Perfect Match, you had to have been on a Netflix show to go on.
Yes. Of course, you're like the first person out of it.
I know, yeah. Just breaking boundaries ever.
Yeah.
First to do 3 Love Islands. First to go on Netflix. So basically, 5 girls, 5 boys go in on the first night.
Yes.
They all match up into 5 couples. The next day, there's a challenge. Whoever wins that challenge then gets a date that night, but then goes to the boardroom the next day. There'll either be 4 boys or 4 girls on the board. They'll pick 2 of, whether it's boys or girls, they'll pick 2 boys to come in and pick 2 girls from the house to go on a date. They then all come back from that date. So there's then 7 boys and 5 girls in the house.
Yes.
And any 2 of, even if it's the original ones from that have just come in, even if it's the original ones that have been there on the first night, or the 2 that have just come in, any 2 can go home that night. So there's only going to be 5 boys and 5 girls left in the
That's so
villa.
intense.
So it is literally, you're a bombshell. You've got 1 night to get in the house or not.
So do you feel like in that intense environment where people are coming in, going out, is the game player vibes higher? Like, are people playing more of a game?
I feel like I reckon I was probably going into it. I reckon I was probably the least genuine version of myself. Of obviously 4 shows now, it was the least genuine version of myself that went into it. So
is it because it wasn't as serious for you? So
I came in about 5 or 6 days in anyway. So what was the point in going out into Mexico and not getting into the house?
100%.
I mean, I stupidly said it on some of the VTs, but I was quite open with it.
I feel like loads of people are open though, in the, the chair in the room when they like talk about it. So many people were very open
definitely
about
a more
like,
open
I'm going to chat to her because I know she's going to match me and I'm going to get free sort of thing.
It's so more of that.
Imagine if people spoke like that on Love Island. Like they would be torn to shreds.
But also you've got longer on Love Island. Like, like Love Island UK, it felt like the only experience where I was genuinely like open to it sort of thing.
Yeah.
The US one, the US games and Perfect Match, a miracle could have happened, and there was a little bit of me that was always open. But it was like it became a job.
I feel like as well, say with Perfect Match, when you go in, it's also a little bit of your ego. Like obviously you don't want to be the person that's rejected then dumped.
Yeah,
like you want to stay in. It feels nice. It's good for your confidence.
I
ego.
always said this,
like...
although we've just done one Love Island, right? One reality TV show. I look back on of it in such fond memories because I feel like reality TV is just a lot of fun in itself.
It
is a lot of fun. You meet so many people. Like you do stuff you'd never get the opportunity to do if it wasn't for the show.
100%. And everyone who like, obviously there's a lot of people online who don't like it. Like people going back to shows and stuff like that. But personally, it's never been about whether people loved or hated it. I've now been to Mallorca, Fiji and Mexico just off the back of dating shows, been paid to do it, and it's a free holiday. Who's going to say no to that? It's a life experience.
Exactly.
I'm 24
100%.
years old. I was 23 when I did Perfect Match. I was 22 when I did all the Love Islands.
Wow.
What 22, 23-year-old lad's going to say no to all this? Like
100%.
it is a matter of that. Like when you actually dumb it down.
I say this to Jessie all the time. Can we bring out a show for couples? Because I'm like watching people going on shows, and I'm like, what have we got to do to send couples in that villa? Please?
I feel like you'd be brilliant on a Big Brother.
I want to get
absolutely
back in
brilliant on a Big Brother.
Will, you are actually like reality TV gold.
Taken down from hanging up and get in somewhere, please. Please. So obviously you've just come off Netflix. Because there's this big like stigma around being like a Netflix talent, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like a Netflix family.
The Netflix family's a big thing.
Are you part of the Netflix family now?
I mean, I saw it more as a bit of a side quest. I'm a Love Islander first and foremost, and that's all I'll ever be in my head. But it was a bit of a side quest. I suppose I have joined the extended part of a Netflix family. There was a massive party while I was out there, which was the Netflix reality family party.
What was that? Crazy carnage. I can imagine.
Oh my God, absolute mayhem. Like, I suppose it was like the events here where everyone's getting with everyone on steroids. Like, it was just mad, yeah.
Would you say that type of environment is more intense in America than it is in the UK, or?
Yes, because they are genuine, like, clout chasers on Netflix. Like, not to say that like the people on my show, again, there are people on my show who are doing that.
Who?
Can't say. I'm not going to expose anyone. But, there are people who are doing that. But as the Netflix family, it is very much like, what can we make a TikTok to stay relevant? What can we do this? And there's people like that in the Love Island world, but nowhere near as bad. Like it is.
That's what I've been doing for 3 years.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even when we went to LA, people were like, "Oh, like how many followers do you have?" Before they would decide whether they like us or not.
Oh my God, it's like
that was so weird.
It's like Black Mirror, when you have like the number of followers above you, and it's like you go up or down in the social ladder.
Mental,
crazy.
So we're going to get into Perfect Match and your experience on it. So you were first coupled up with or matched with Rachel.
Yep.
And then you moved on with Juliet.
Yes.
So have you kept in touch with either?
Again, I've seen them all when I was out in LA, but it's not really a massive speaking terms, to be honest. Not that there's anything bad that's happened after the show or anything, just that...
Bit your head, Juliet did.
Yeah,
a little bit in the
again,
reunion.
it was very much like she had a show. I don't know
Yes.
if you know the background of her show, but I think it was called Siesta Key.
Oh, really?
And it was like a little bit like Selling Sunset and Geordie Shore at the same time, where it's just constantly following. She's constantly on camera, like constantly everything. So again, she knows like where the camera is, and she's been in that environment for quite a while, and I had to sort of match that like energy, to be honest.
So you walked out with, you can correct me, Carrington, isn't
Carrington,
it?
yeah.
You walked out with Carrington. Why? Can you talk me through that? Because I actually, when I watched that, I was like, that's bonkers. Were you just done? You were like, right, if she doesn't want to be in the finale with me, then fuck it. I'm walking out.
Sorry, this was iconic. Like,
yes, oh my God.
You're like, come on, let's go. Come on, Carrington.
But the funny thing is, Carrington like hesitated and then like ran after you like
With
that.
the biggest grin on his face.
I
know. The first thing for that is like, again, I sort of went into the show, as I said, like the least genuine version, but me and Juliet were together for longer. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but me and Juliet were together for longer than me and Rachel were. There was a whole scene of dates and that were cut out. The girl I went on a date with us spoke about this on TikTok, so this is nothing that I'm revealing as an exclusive. But there was like 2 or 3 days that were edited out of the show. So me and Juliet were probably together for about 5 or 6 days, and I did like a little bit of the feistiness. And I remember her going on the date, and I was like, oh my God, there might be a little bit of me that actually likes her here, a little like a tad. Do you know what I mean? And I think you could see me get more genuine towards the end, where it was genuine emotion. But I think when she come back from the date, I could see that I knew exactly what she was doing. Like, she was playing up to the cameras for it. Like, she was playing me and Carrington off each other, even though I knew full well she was going to pick me the entire time.
Yeah.
And I was like, Juliet, just don't go too far here. I was like, to a point where it's going to make me look like a mug if I go to the finale with you.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, she obviously come back with Carrington, and then on the date she'd said that like I was too young and stuff like that. And like, it's not that deep, but me knowing that if I stay in the house, that I'm then gonna, Nick Lachey, the host, is then gonna ask me a couple of days later, are you the perfect match? And I'm gonna have to say yes after she's just blatantly said no, we're not the perfect match. It's gonna make no sense to anyone, and that's just complete lying at that point. So, me seeing her game playing a little bit, I thought, right, let's play the game. How can I win this? And I knew by taking Carrington out of the house as well that she wouldn't have anyone to match with, and that she wouldn't be able to go to the finale either.
But did you have that idea before? Because I felt like when we watched it, it was very like almost.
It looked very spontaneous.
Yeah, like very spontaneous, fast, rash.
It looked like you were just like, right, bye.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I knew she would have said stuff on the date about maybe fancying Carrington, or maybe like liking him a little bit, or doing something like that. But like, when you say something like, you're not my perfect match in a show that's called Perfect Match, and then I'm going to get asked by the host if we go to the finale, it's like a big bomb to like sort of drop on me, sort of thing. And Carrington, so people were asking why I didn't speak to Juliet before walking out. Carrington had been on Love Island Games with me, and I knew Carrington outside the show, like we're friends. So when when he come up and said that to me, there was a little bit of the conversation missing, which they didn't show, but I was like, man to man, like, I know you from outside of here. Like, are you telling the truth? Because I will be pissed off with you if you're not telling the truth here. And he was like, no, like, I promise you, like, man to man.
Yeah.
Like, she actually said that. So I was like, right, let's go.
That's so strange, because when I watched it, I didn't know that you guys were on Games.
Love Island Games together,
From a viewer's point of view, when I watched it, it looked like that she rejected him, so then he...
Well, no, that is what happened.
Yeah, he walked up to you and was like, oh, she doesn't want you either. Do you know what I mean? And then you kind of like all left.
And that is what Carrington was doing. Carrington was trying to get his lick back after she'd... Well, yes, obviously I was already with her. So I knew, like, when she walked in...
What was going on?
Maybe not when the hand-holding happened, because I knew they'd been on a date previously, and I didn't know how well they'd hit it off. And it's also... like, there was a massive mixer where everyone came in, and Carrington and Juliet talking to each other. We were both out the house at that point, so it wouldn't have made any sense for them to have that chat. Now, where there was a position where Juliet could bring Carrington into the house, him walking in holding hands with her, I thought, like, oh, like, there might be a little bit. But about 5 minutes after that. Like I got a bit irate. 5 minutes after, I knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
So with that as well, you say you weren't your most genuine, but that seemed extremely genuine at the end, because it's like you'd rather not go to the finale with someone that doesn't actually want to be with you. Because how easy would it have been for you to fake it and just gotten through to an extra episode?
Yeah, 100%. And like people would say, there is no prize money on it. So like when I first come into the house saying, I need to get into the house, I was like, yes, I want to come into the house. Probably shouldn't have said that in the camera, but I'm a reasonably honest person where I was like, I'm not going to stay in the hotel while everyone's in the house on this show that I've flown out for.
It's like a fun
so let me get into the house here.
Yeah.
And me and Rachel did get on. She was just very, very calm. And like in an environment like that where like you can drink, by the way, you can drink. You could see it on everyone, like you can drink. Like I needed a bit of carnage, and Juliet was carnage, so that's why I sort of switched up to her.
Did you have to get to a point where I was like, right, I've got to just calm down on the drink? Because I just feel like I feel like I'll get too messy where I'm like visibly too drunk. Did anyone get like that? Because to a point where it's like
me, but they just didn't.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There was times when I went a little bit too far, and I remember there was one night where I was like in the room, like the lighting like this was like a square. And you know, in like the attic in like a UK house, it's like a square to get up.
Yeah.
So drunk me's then not jumping on the bed, but standing on the bed, trying to pull this light down, thinking he's going up to the attic because it's a square. And production are like, what are you doing?
See, I think that's the funny stuff that should actually be on TV.
I think it should, but again, I think they don't want to show that like how much you can drink, and maybe the next season they might tone it down a little bit.
But as well, that explains the big reactions and how dramatic the show is.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you ever get nervous? So you know how you kind of get anxiety, but this is like anxiety, but it's actually going to be televised. Did that make you nervous at all?
I would feel like I'll do like some dumb shit and then be like, oh my god, why have I done that? They could air that. Like what?
No, I feel like I felt like that a lot after some of the what we'd call beat juts, you know, when you're speaking to the camera. I felt like that a lot because you're in there for so long. Like you're in there for about 3 hours and they show like a 10-second clip.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I could have been talking about how genuine I was for 2 hours, 50 minutes, but the 10-second clip of me going like, just want to get into the house. That's a bit of the show.
Yes.
But again, ultimately I did say that and that was my intention to
be honest, everyone else would want to go into the house. Who wants to actually go there and not get in?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That is the thing. It makes no sense.
The cast boys been like, oh no, I don't want to get into it.
Don't let me in Love Island, even though I've already filled my suitcase.
Sorry, what?
I know. It's mad, isn't it? Like do you remember I only watched half of this series it's just been, but there was one lad that he was like, I'm not leaving or something like that.
Yeah.
He was like proper like, I'm not leaving this house.
He did end up leaving.
And he did end up leaving, yeah.
Juliet said in the reunion, quote for quote, you're like basically you're gonna get roasted when this airs.
Yeah. Did you get roasted?
Did you get roasted?
No.
Like, I didn't.
No, but I knew that at the time. Like again, she'd never done a specific love show before. Like I've done them 4 times. Come out single every time. Like, but it's not the point. Like you sort of know how things are going to be portrayed to an extent. I was like, there's no way in which like people see this from another side to I see it. Okay, when I came into the house, I probably wasn't the most likable character on the screen, but that moment there, I think the genuine side of me came out, and like I have a reasonably good moral compass of when I'm right, I'm wrong, and then I was like, by who?
Yeah,
that's what I said. I was like, who am I getting roasted by?
Yeah,
it was like she broke the fourth wall really, because she wasn't talking about anyone there. She was talking about the audience.
Yeah,
and I feel like once you start speaking about the audience on a show like that,
that kind of backs up what you said in a way, because she's thinking of how the audience is perceiving it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was pretty funny to watch. I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, I found it funny watching back.
Everyone in the show, how they think the public is going to perceive people, you're never normally right. It's always like the opposite of what you think when you're in the house or in the villa.
I think this season of Love Island is the perfect example where I feel like the people in there would have thought the group of what they thought was the main 3 or 4 girls was the group who was like backed by the public and that. And the people who were was
cool
it Shakira, Yasmin and Tony, they were the people who weren't like, I don't think they would have thought they were the popular people to the audience in there. Because they may be a little bit outcast.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we said.
That's a perfect example of it. Like
even in our season, like everyone kind of just put on us that everyone hated us, well, particularly me. Yeah. And then we came out and then I was like really, really loved. Even when I came out, I like was shocked because I actually felt in there that I was like kind of nervous to come out because I'm like, oh great, the whole world hates me. And then I came out and it was actually the complete opposite and everyone could just see through it. They were like, they were mean. So it's like the public are smarter than the people inside the villa.
Yeah, I don't think any like audience member wants to see someone talking behind someone's back. I've always been of the opinion, say it to someone's face. And I feel like the one constant I've done throughout these shows is say it to someone's face.
You definitely have.
I mean, that's what I feel like anyway. So it's one of them where like if someone's saying stuff behind your back but they're not saying it to your face, I don't respect that. No. I really don't respect that.
No.
And I do
especially in an environment like that, it makes you feel like you're going nuts. When like people are saying stuff and then it's like whispers and then you hear it and then you like confront them and they're like, no, we're not like talking about that. It's just a really backwards way.
It is, yeah.
And just like the best way I could describe it is like being at school again.
Literally. If you've never felt more like you've been in school than when you're in that villa, like
100%.
So there's been a lot of talks, obviously, we mentioned it earlier about the NDAs and different things like that. Did you have any trouble with your NDAs, like, you know, with this year period of if you were getting to know people, with the show coming out, did it stop you from wanting to pursue things in that year if there was anyone?
It's never sort of stopped me from pursuing things. It's always... Do you know what? I sort of filmed the show and then like forgot about it until maybe the month before. Like once the flights were booked, like Netflix booked our flights to go out to LA. I think that's when I started thinking about how it could be perceived and how it could go and stuff like that. But in the year since, obviously, I know publicly like I've had to have been single. But yeah, I don't think it's affected anything that's.
Because the only reason I say that is, have you seen Huda was like talking because she's like with Louis or Louis, sorry, and she was like, oh, I can't talk about it because of Netflix, and it's obviously because of him. Like I was just wondering if you had anything like
so
that.
It is because of Louis. I mean, they were seen on a red carpet together, but
and everyone like jumped to conclusions.
Well, you can jump to a conclusion from that, and I mean, no one's really silly about it. Like they know there might be something going on, but nothing's confirmed there. They could just say they're friends. So when she said that to the host was like proper grilling her for some reason. Like he was like proper singling her out. It is mad the way they do the reunions in the US. But no,
have you seen though how they watch Love Island in the US?
They have like watch parties.
Oh, it's wild. I love it. I love it. Honestly,
we want to go next year. I want to go while Love Island US is on and just like watch it in the sports bars.
It's crazy out there. I don't think I've realised. I knew Love Island US was big, but I've not been in the US since it's blown up. And being there just after the show finished, it is massive. Every single person's seen it. Really? Everyone's seen it.
But they're coming off like A-listers. Like,
literally.
They are
celebrities.
Sorted.
Yeah, and everything that happens between the cast and stuff like that, like every little tiny bit of, if someone goes on a podcast, everyone's watching. If they say something about a specific person that people like, everyone's hating on them. Or if they say something about someone they like, everyone's loving them. It's big.
The show's intense in itself.
Louis and Huda, do you reckon that's a good couple?
I feel like they've obviously come together through social media. They're not from the same show. But like from everything I'm seeing and hearing, especially of Louis, like they're a really good match. I feel like they match each other's energies really well. Yeah,
I think like with the people watching, because Perfect Match just come out, Celebs Go Dating.
Yeah,
and like it's all, and people probably aren't putting two and two together, and being like, this was filmed. Last year, sort of thing. It's just coming out.
Yeah, I feel like with Louis, Louis almost did like a similar thing to me, where let's do these shows, get the bag, and like these are all pre-filmed shows before Louis met Huda. So now he's done all them shows, even though they're airing now. Yeah, like I feel like Louis properly met his match. I see him be different towards Huda than he has been towards.
They do look really cute,
and they are a fucking very good looking couple, aren't they? To be fair to them,
stunning.
So I feel like I love Louis, and from like what I've seen of them, I think they're very good.
From his TV shows, he does get portrayed as a bit of a player, but do you think that was just him kind of enjoying?
He knows about it. Yeah,
I mean, Louis doesn't hide it. Louis is a player. But I feel like Huda's changed him, yeah. Like I feel this is a different side to Louis to anything I've seen since I've known him.
Imagine like fumbling Huda.
Yeah.
Like that won't be happening.
No, 100%. They match each other very, very well, and And I think people are now starting to see that.
Yeah, no, that's really cute. From what I've seen, they're really sweet. So it's like nice to hear it from someone that actually knows him.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm seeing that different side to him, and I feel like they'll last. I feel like they will. I mean, the coming months will. Anything can happen. Again, I'm not third wheeling the relationship every day, but like just from what I'm seeing and speaking to Louis and stuff. No, I've not actually met Huda. No. There was a night in LA where I think they went out and I nearly ended up going out, but I had a little holiday romance in LA, so I ended up going back there, yeah. So that would have been the night where I did, but no.
Do you want to say who or?
No, no one that anyone would know anyway.
Cute.
You don't want to get the Instagram up then?
No.
So with the Netflix show, Hannah, did she get completely pretty much cut from the show or? Because I've seen a few TikToks
I went on a date with
this,
Hannah, yeah.
And it didn't get aired.
No, it didn't get aired, but at that point I went on a date, I'd literally seen all the girls and I was with Juliet and I was set on like, maybe Juliet wasn't my perfect match, but within that environment, and I feel like she felt the same about me, like we were each other's perfect match within the people that were there, sort of thing.
And that's where you can go off.
Yeah, and like I went on the date with Hannah and like, I was trying to wingman her. Like I was trying to do it in a respectful way, but I was like, there's not a chance I'm switching up here.
Do you kind of think that wasn't aired because it wasn't really relevant to the storyline?
Like I like friend zoned her straight away, basically. And she's a nice girl, but like she just wasn't really a bit of me. She was, so I was trying to wingman her with other people going into the house, and then I come back in, Nick Lachey comes in, he asks you like what happened on the date, and I was like, I was on the date, but I was thinking about Juliet the whole time. So that was like an added bit to then when Juliet went on her date and then she had a different reaction. So again, it would have made more sense for the storyline of me walking out, to be honest. But there was nothing that happened really, We're
going to move on to Love Island now.
Getting all the tea out of you.
Let's get all the tea.
3-time world champion, they say. 3-time world champion.
Yeah, we have a nickname for you.
Go on.
It's that pretty much. Scott, 3-time world champion Love Islander.
3-time world champion.
All the time.
Worst part is I don't think I've got the crown anymore. I think I'm about to lose the crown.
Yeah. So
to a couple of people.
Who?
You're the OG.
Well, I mean, the lineup's announced today, I think, or tomorrow. Yeah. I think the lineup's. Yeah. So there's a couple of people who are going to take my crown off me.
So
you can get it back. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about, because there was rumours that we saw online that last year you were going to get casted to All Stars but couldn't because of Perfect Match, the contract.
Yeah,
is that true?
Sticky one, really sticky one, to be honest. Could have been done if I 100% wanted it. I think. Now, like knowing the way Perfect Match ended, I wasn't in one of the couples that got to the finale or anything like that. I feel like Perfect Match would have allowed it. But I didn't. My thing was like, I go in there and like I get with someone. I then come out and like, if it doesn't work, you end up breaking up. I feel like the man always gets a lot more hate than the woman does anyway. So I'm like, do I want to go through that? I come in, I get with someone, and we end up lasting, and then I've got to promote another dating show whilst being with someone. I don't think it's a great look either.
No, it's not.
So I feel like it was a little bit of a lose-lose.
Not good timing, sort of
Not
thing.
Good timing, no. I don't feel like it was good timing.
Well, I guess the good timing is that there is another All-Stars this year.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I feel like I'm retired. I feel like last year, obviously, Perfect Match hadn't come out, and now to have to go through all that again. Yeah. And I'm feeling like I've had to go through that. So now I'm like, I've picked myself up to go again for this to air.
Not every year for 3 years.
To pick myself up to be back on UK TV in front of all my family, in front of all my friends. Because they watch the other shows, but they're not invested. They watch me and they're like, oh, Scott's on. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he gets up to. But they were invested in my first season, the UK one. And All Stars, they'd be invested again. Yeah. So I'm like, do I have it in me to pick myself up and go again? I don't know if I do, to be honest.
And you mentioned your family. Are they very supportive of, like, you done reality TV? Do they watch a lot of reality TV? Are they kind of just like...
My mum's now invested in Love Island, yeah. I feel like she watched from about series 8, I'd say.
Yeah.
And... yeah, so she's now invested in it. My sister's been a massive Love Island fan, she doesn't now actually watch the show really anymore, to be honest.
Had too
Nor
much
does
of
my
it.
brother. Again, they've had too much of it, and they've obviously I've been in there, so I don't feel like Love Island would ever be the same to them anyway. To strip it back and watch it as a viewer again after their little brother's been in is gonna be tough for them. I find we all find it tough to watch Love Island now, knowing exactly how it works and how it goes down. So yeah, just to oh no, we're on to my family supporting me. Yeah, they do support me. Yeah, my sister, obviously, massive Love Island fan before I went on. Absolutely loved it. Brother loved it. I think when I was in there, it come across as if I was quite isolated. I suppose it was at times, but I sort of took myself out of the equation. So that was tough for them to watch. I feel like
it is really difficult, Love Island,
especially
for your
when
families.
They don't know how it is. Like, I'm not struggling.
Especially, I think as well, the thing that's really difficult for like our families when you do Love Island is because they know us so well. When they see us struggle in a different way or react in different ways than we would in real life, because it's not normal. Like, for example, you might get a little bit more emotional. You might be a little bit more quieter at times. And so when your family see you acting really different, like they just get so concerned and they can't reach out and be like, are you okay? They just have to wait.
I think that's the main thing, especially with like a mother when they see that their kid's upset or that they want to do is give them a cuddle, speak to them, and you just you can't have that, and all they get is the producers calling them like the day before, being like, "Oh, this episode, you might see them upset, but they're fine now," sort of thing.
It's tough when you don't know when you don't know what exactly is going down in there, and that's why I feel like when people love or when you talk about USA and people being parasocial, when you love or hate too much someone from the show, I feel like maybe 80% of a true person could ever be shown. Like, you could never get the actual full of what someone is like off the back of a show, because it is like it is so like it is an hour out of 24 hours, and that's such a cliche to say, but it is. And I got a lot of love off the UK, and I remember coming out and Kathryn had quite a bit of hate, and that was the first thing I wanted to, because I was like, it's not fair. Like, even if some of the things she did on the show maybe I didn't like, the viewers didn't like, to actually pile on the train like they did was way too far. And that's why I give, like, whenever I go to an event, there's people who I've liked and hated off shows, but I always give them the grace of, like, I will meet you in person and I will judge you for myself, sort of thing, to get the. And there's people who I've disliked on the show who I like in person. There's people who have liked on the show who thought, oh, you're a bit of a stuck-up prick, and not give them the time of day on the outside. So, and you've probably had the same experience.
Yeah, you can only judge people on face value, like when you meet them. That's exactly the same as me. Anyone that you see on television, you meet them in person, and then you can just make an actual full judgment of whether, like, you vibe with them, you like them, you think they're a good person or not, sort of thing.
And a lot of the time, the people that have messed up on the show, really, they understand the mistakes they've made. Like, not everyone does learn their mistakes. Some people are arseholes on the show and arseholes in real life. But some people actually do come off, and 100%. It destroys their confidence. So, like, as an older Love Islander, I always feel like just kind of like be friendly and nice, because you actually don't even know where they're at with their mental health, or if you're reading nasty comments, seeing nasty TikToks. Like, as a fellow Love Islander, I'm like, the hate's not nice.
It's not. And like, you talk about the Netflix family. I suppose we're definitely not as close, nowhere near as close, but the Love Island family is this thing. We've all been through the same thing. Some people have done a full season, some people have only done a couple of days, but everyone in this little family that we've got has all been through the same thing.
I find that when I go to events, if you don't know anyone in there, you can see a Love Islander.
There's always a Love Islander.
Always a Love Islander, and you can always go up to them if you're on your own and you're never alone, sort of thing.
It's like the Tube in London. You're always 5 minutes from the Tube. You're always 5 minutes from a Love Islander somewhere.
Literally.
So just bringing it back to All Stars, do you regret not going, knowing the cast, obviously, that's just gone? Do you regret not going on there?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't regret it. No. I don't regret. I feel like, again, like some really close mates were in there. Luca, really close with, I feel like people are aware of now. But yeah, not many people knew that before. But I would have enjoyed being in there and being on a season with him, and I feel like people would have like experienced like how close we were. But yeah, I feel like there was books which were open, or probably maybe still open for many people, which are definitely closed now, I think.
Okay.
And I feel like, no, it wasn't the right time for me.
And I know you said that you are retired.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to go on All Stars, do you have like a person, or even at an event, like you might see them at an event, do you have like an all-time Love Island girl favorite?
Do you know what? I've not been to that many events to know. There's obviously good-looking people who have been on the UK one. My thing is, I want All Stars. I want them to. I mean, Games is a very like a game show, but it's international. I feel like All Stars is a love show. But if you make an international love show, I feel like there's definitely some of the Americans. I mean, there's one girl off Love Island US. I'm not going to say any names, but I thought like since she come off, I remember it was after I did my series and it had like blown up, and I remember looking at like Instagram and it was like follow back. I was like, oh, she's already like watched my show here. I remember I thought she was like unbelievable, but she was in a relationship for a while, to be fair, but. I mean, to be fair, if she ever come on, I feel like that would be someone who I click with.
Is that what you felt like with Games? That it's more of a game show rather than a dating?
It's definitely a game show.
Because they should make it where it is more like relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the Games is a good way to see people where the love aspect. You need a Games, and not every Love Island. There's so many Love Islands around the world now.
So many.
To have one of them be a game show like that, where you can see more, because everyone to an extent has got a little is calculated a little bit.
Yeah,
there's very few people who are literally just genuinely 100% in there for love. It's a disaster if they don't find love. So you get to see the calculated side of people in Games without anything being said about it or anything, and the love's a side aspect.
Yeah, I said it once, I'll say it again. Couples, get them in on Love Island freaking
I feel like they 100% could work a way out in which Love Island Games are couples in there.
I think people
100% could work.
Can you imagine couples arguing either against other couples or couples arguing against themselves? Literally. Like, that would be fucking hilarious. It'd be great TV.
You two, I imagine towards the end of the show, well, or maybe the whole time you were together, had each other's back. But now, if you went on, you would have each other's back. Like, you would go to war for each other. That's what I mean. If another couple saying something about, imagine another guy was saying something about Jessie, you would go to war for her and vice versa. Do you know what I mean?
It would be entertainment. You would get more arguments because it's so, like, the relationship is so deep and raw. Yeah. And you would take it as personally. If someone said it to Jessie, I'll take it as personally as if someone was saying it to me, sort of thing.
It's no longer Will from Love Island. It's Will and Jessie from Love Island now.
Yeah.
You are the same person now, And the thing is, with Games, you can take a little bit of the physical frustration out. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's times in your season where you thought, I wish the cameras were off.
I know, honestly.
But in Games, like, they have like gladiator challenges. We can like knock the shit out of someone.
Yeah. Good TV.
So would you say Love Island Games was like the funnest, or how would you rate Love Island Games in comparison?
Rate your reality TV shows that you've done from not love, but just enjoyment, the most fun you've had.
I feel like the most constant fun was Perfect Match. The most constant fun.
Like, you're getting drunk the whole time.
Yeah, that's it. Like, come on, why can we get lit in there?
Literally. Oh, God. And
can you imagine
it was so warm, the hangovers weren't even that bad. You just sweat it out straight away the next morning as well.
Beautiful.
Can't imagine having a hangover and being filmed, though. All my days. I'm not good on a hangover.
There wasn't too much filming in the morning. You got your phone for an hour a day in the morning.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
It was pre-filmed, so no one knows what's going on, so you can think. I remember, like, all the football kicks off at 3:00 in the UK, and we were 6 hours behind in Mexico, so we got our phones 9 till 10. So I'm there sat the whole hour. I didn't care about texting the family or anything. I'm just watching the Liverpool game on my phone. All the lads around just watching the game.
Really?
And then you got to watch the first half, and then by the time the second half comes on, they're like, right, phone's back. Oh,
it's like a holiday, a free holiday.
It was. Honestly, it was so much enjoyment. But Love Island UK made me. So Love Island UK will always be the top one for me. You'll never be able to beat
like an
that.
out of life experience.
Like, it's a social
it feels
experiment.
like it literally is. You're in this bubble and everything gets so dramatic. You know, like setting out the table chairs, sitting there having lunch together. It's just like, it's unreal. I actually loved it.
Yeah. So Love Island UK, Perfect Match.
Yeah. Love Island US, Love Island Games.
Love Island Games?
Love Island Games was fun, but I was only on there for a very short stint of time, and I was mentally drained by the time I got to it.
Yes, because that was your third one in a row. Almost,
literally in a row, third in 3 months.
Like, we were concerned for your welfare.
I was concerned for my welfare as well, to be fair in that point.
I feel like when everyone was watching it was like, how is this possible?
It's
Who's
not
booking
normal
you to do this?
to do what I did. Like, I'm probably a bit of a weirdo now, to be honest. But no one specifically, people have done it 3 times, people are about to do it 4 times. No one's specifically done it back to back to back like that. Literally. I don't even know if anyone's done it back to back. Like,
no,
it is
the UK US was just crazy.
No, like no one's gone through what I went
what
through
was that,
in
3
there.
months? Was it what was the space? So
it was within the space of 3 months, 3.5 months maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember it was like July 26th, I was in Love Island UK. August 26th, I was in Love Island US. And September 26th, I was in Love Island Games.
So how did that come about? So when you left the UK villa, did US just reach out and be like, we want you on the show?
Yeah, I've still got the email. Do you want to see the email?
All right, might as
Go
well.
on, we'll see the email while we're at it.
So they obviously saw you on the show, liked you, and then were like, come on. And
so yeah, I got an email about it. And originally I was like, I'd never even heard anything about Love Island US. I'd maybe seen like 1 or 2 clips in my life about it. Yeah, so I had the email and I was like, no, I've just done a full UK season. I'm not going to do this. And then they come back to me when they're like, I'd heard the All-Stars / games thing that was going on. I didn't realise they were going to be 2 separate things at the time.
Yeah.
But I thought games was the All-Stars.
I thought that too.
Yeah,
so I was supposed to be casted for your season season 1
of games.
Yeah. So I was supposed to be on that season, but because it was filmed so far in advance and casted so far in advance, in the casting process, like I'd sent over all my documents, passport, everything. I went on Love Island UK. So if I didn't meet Will, I actually would have been going out to film that because it was pre-recorded.
You could have been a champion as well if you weren't with me. And then even when me and Jessie were together, leaving the show, she got offered to do All-Stars.
Yeah.
So Jessie could have done Australia, UK games.
But I chose love, guys. I got my love. Don't need none of that shit. I thought Love Island Games was actually All-Stars.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they explained it.
It was very confusing.
It sounded like All-Stars.
It wasn't. There's a lot of Love Island going on.
Yeah, because I think I'd heard about it before I even went onto my season. I was like, do well enough here, I might get on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
But anyway, so I come off and they were saying about this like All-Stars games thing that was going on. They were like, right, well, you can do Love Island US and games, and like, listen, there's a fee involved here.
Yeah.
Well, games, I've heard that with games.
There's a fee involved in games.
Is that your highest paid
yes.
one out of all of them?
Games
and
is games is the big one, yeah. US, yeah.
You want to share the figures, or is that too personal?
I mean, I feel like it's probably too personal.
That's
to
fair enough. You know what? You don't ask, you don't get.
But yeah, like there was people talking about like Scott's done this, he's clout chasing, like the US Islanders only get paid like $1,000 a week. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be a normal like US Islander. I'm brought in for a reason here. Obviously the fee's gonna be involved in it somewhere. And that was the main reason I do it. And like, games excited me at the same time.
Yeah.
Getting paid to go away and do those types of things, I'm sorry, like why would you say no?
Oh, it was absurd. And like I knew people wouldn't like it.
But
like I remember when, I mean, people loved Katie on her original season, but they didn't like her coming back to ours. And I think, who was it that went on?
Joey Essex?
No, it was before that. Who was
me.
Yeah, well,
it was me.
No, it was before you, lad. No, before
Adam Collard.
Adam Collard. That was it. Yeah. That was it.
Why am I thinking about?
So he came back, and people didn't like that. People didn't like Katie because you were on Australia, and I feel like you got away with it a little bit. Yeah,
but I felt like they were testing like All-Stars. Like seeing the reaction.
Yeah, mate. I think they wanted the wow factor, and they did the same with Joey the next season.
That really actually, I don't get shocked that much.
Yeah.
When Joey came on,
I was really shocked when
I was shocked.
Yeah. When Joey walked in, I was like,
that was random.
Yeah,
completely random, and he played a specific role, and he played it brilliantly. To be fair,
he came off and said that.
Like it was a specific role, and.
He's been in TV for so long. He knows exactly what he's doing.
What he's doing.
Yeah, but that's why he's very good at being on TV.
It makes 100%. Entertaining TV. And they ask people to come back that were entertaining. Like if you're boring, you're not getting asked to go on 4 shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need a villain. You need a villain. But the problem with villains is they hate the villains when they're on there. and they only appreciate the villains a few years down the line. And what they'll do is, a couple of years later, when a season happens and there's a villain on that season, they'll say, oh, I don't like this person now, but I like that villain from a couple of years ago. That's how you need to be as a villain. But a couple of years ago, you didn't like that villain. You hated them. It's only now that you've got to the point where you're like, oh, maybe they actually were really good TV. And if you like every person that's on the show, it's not a very good show.
No, yeah, you 100% need that.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like the people that make the best reality TV, though, is like people who are reactive, who like, for example, yourself, if someone pisses you off, you actually stand on business and say how it is. And that's probably just a very natural reaction, which is great for TV. Will, you're great for TV because you just don't think, you just act. So you just
Do you want to know something funny? You know, when you first walked into your series, I thought there's absolutely no one that can match his energy here. There's absolutely no way is he going to come out and be with the person that he's with for 3 years. And then you see all this carnage that's unfolded here and you're like, I understand.
I feel like that Love Island was just drunk fucking, like it happened so quick. I couldn't even tell you what happened. Do you know what I mean?
You didn't even realise you were on TV at times, I feel like. You were just in there.
I thought there's no one that could possibly match him here.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then I've got Jessie just trapped on the farm, so she literally can't live there.
What you saw on Love Island, I have to live with. I've been living with that for 3 years.
Yeah, you do realise that the contract's finished now. Like,
I know. We're just here for the visa, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. But, Scott, you've been on plenty of dating shows. Are you currently single?
Yes, I am currently single, yeah.
Have you had relationships in the past?
Yes, I have.
Long term?
Yeah, I had my main one when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it was definitely love for what I knew it at the time. But
how old were you?
Like 17, 18.
Mate, that shit, let's be open and honest. Those relationships really fuck with your head though when you're that age.
Honestly, I remember like we were in the honeymoon period for like 3 or 4 months and I was like madly in love with her. And I probably look back now and I'm like, oh, was that love or whatever it was anyway, but I was obsessed with her. And I remember like she broke up with me and then a week later we ended up getting back, but I found out she got with someone in that week. And it is cheating, isn't it? Like it is, even though technically on paper it's not. And I was that in love with her that I just got back with her instantly. But over the months that passed, I started to realise and
breaks your trust, doesn't it?
Yeah, it turned me into a little bit of a monster for like that. That was bad. I remember that week and when I found out about it, like I was heartbroken. And people don't really see the vulnerable side of me. For 4 shows I've done, they've not really seen the vulnerable side, but it is there. Like it is there. And
that's why I wanted to ask you if you'd been in like long-term relationships or like, you know, I feel like when someone does get their heart broken, you do put up a bit more of a harder shell.
Yeah.
And it's like, it takes a little bit more to let people in.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely built up a harder shell and no one's really been able to sort of break that down.
I feel like if you have a heartbreak, literally before you're 18, that shit like...
It's young love, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it's so
like
deep at the time. I was actually thinking about this the other day because when you're at that age, you haven't been with very many people. So the one person you've been with seems like they're on an absolute pedestal, if that makes sense.
Literally, it was that first ever person I liked. Like,
yeah,
first
and then they just break your heart. The same thing pretty much happened to me when I was younger too. And literally, I was like heartbroken. I look back now, I'm like, why was I even upset? But at the time, I was absolutely devastated.
Yeah. I know. I feel like I understand why I was like upset at the time. But yeah, it was just a lot. Yeah, and that harder shell. Like the first season, to be fair, I remember I come in and there was definitely a harder shell. And I feel like with Kathryn, that was like at the start, I feel like because I had the harder shell on, like I was talking to her, I was talking to Leah and sort of trying to play like a little bit of them off each other. And that's probably why Kathryn went a different way at Casa. But I remember just as Casa was coming towards, I remember Whitney became single and the 3 of us were just spending every moment together. And I loved every second of it. Like we had such a good time in that like week before Casa. And the shell was slowly coming down. It was slowly being broken. And then Casa happened and it just went straight back up. The moment I stood there, it just went straight back up. And I feel like you can see the probably the post, like the remnants of it in all the other shows I've done. Like that guard is up. Yeah. And like in 4 different shows, I feel like I've showed 4 different sides of myself in them. And I feel like it's hard to come back to that sort of vulnerable side.
Do you think when you were kind of you said you felt as though you were playing Kathryn and Leah off each other a little bit. Do you think that was your way of trying to stop yourself from getting hurt? Because if you like someone, you can get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was it was definitely that harder shell. The harder shell coming in. Yeah. It's you come in, you think you're like the big I am. You think you wear this word bombshell. And you got to be you OG
bombshell.
You a bombshell, yeah. You feel like you got to be this like big thing, absolute bombshell.
I think I would have hated being a bombshell.
Do you know what? I feel like I did. I feel like I would have preferred to be OG in it because I would have understood that it wasn't about being this big I am that I was or anything like that.
But I feel like you're like hyped up before going in.
100%.
And it's like you've got to go in, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. Where I feel like being an OG, like we all came in together, you all saw the girls together, and it was more natural. Where it's like a bombshell, you have to go in, you have to pull people, you have to step on people's toes. You have to be not very
It's not
organic.
natural, is it?
No, it's not a natural thing to do because like if you're the closest way you can like compare it to the outside world is if say you're like speaking to someone and like you're in a nightclub, for example, and a girl walks into the nightclub that you've never seen before. Like, you have to be one properly disrespectful person to go and get with her in front of the girl that you're speaking to. That's the closest way. Like, there's no relationships involved or anything.
It's weird.
It's not normal. It isn't normal at all. So you don't know how to, like, you don't know.
Like a guy and a girl walking in together and then you just go in and be like, oh, can I crack on with that?
I know. Has that ever happened, to be fair? Has that ever happened where, like, a boy and a girl bombshell have come in together and they've just got with each other?
I think they encourage it not to.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely...
Nah. It didn't happen.
They wanted to.
They wanted to. So the guy who came in wanted to talk to the bombshell, but the producers were basically saying you can't.
Yeah. Like, that's not your purpose.
You're not put in to form another couple. It just doesn't make sense. But this is a really fun question. If you don't think you went on Love Island and did these reality TV shows, what do you think you would be doing? Football?
Still football, yeah. I think it's a pretty straight off the bat answer for me. I feel like the hate or love that you ever get off the back of these shows now, like, it isn't nothing compared to mentally what I grew up going up through the academies. Like, I was in the academy at Man United, Liverpool. I played for Wales. I was the youngest goalkeeper to ever train with the Welsh national team.
Wow.
I thought I was genuinely going to make it to the very top, and then to realise that you're not quite good enough to make it to the very top mentally. That moment, you worked all your life, it's all you've ever known. That moment where you realise I'm not good enough to make it to the top here. That moment there is the toughest it's ever been. Like, that was mentally the toughest time I've ever been through in my life. Nothing. This will never compare.
Nothing like
nothing. It'll never ever compare to mentally, like, what I was going through at that point.
So you think with the football, the upbringing of the football, do you reckon it made you stronger mentally going into this like reality TV world?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't know if you're on Twitter, but I
don't bother with. I don't.
No, we're not on Twitter.
the same thing that you just thought about Twitter, then that stay away.
Yeah,
is the exact reason why I'll never leave Twitter, because I get more hate on Twitter than I'll ever get on any other platform. But it's also the platform I love the most, and I'll never stop interacting on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Are you a big tweeter?
Yeah, especially when Love Island seasons are on. Like,
really?
yeah. If you're on Twitter at all, you'll see the tweets come up.
I probably need to get it. I've never had Twitter ever.
Oh yeah, I feel like my tweets do very, very well and I came off.
Are you like famous on Twitter?
Is it like famous, but definitely I'm.
No, but do you
within the Love Island world, I'd say I'm definitely the most consistent. Like,
is there followers on?
Yeah, followers. Yeah. I've only got about 21,000. But
that's
sometimes
still a lot for Twitter, isn't it?
It is quite a lot for Twitter, especially when you couldn't tweet. Obviously, we had the social media, so you couldn't tweet during it. So, but sometimes I'll get more likes than I've got followers on Twitter because it's so easy to like view people's tweets.
It's like talking to grandma and grandpa over here about a new social media app, isn't it?
I mean, if you're on Twitter after doing all those reality TV shows, I trust you've got thick skin.
Twitter is.
Twitter is. Oh, Twitter. And like the worst part about Twitter is that the people think they're right. They think they're in the right. They're not in the right. They'll call you a weirdo, a clout chaser, a scammer. They'll call you all these absolute things. And you're looking at it like, none of you are right here. Like, I hope you know you're wrong. Like, I've done this experience. There's times when I'm winding people up on there, and like, I'm doing it because I like having a little wind up on there. But I'm like, I've lived this experience. If I'm saying something on Twitter, it's probably going to be right. I've lived everything now. I'm like, it's probably going to be there or thereabouts right. Like, just, I'm talking directly to your Twitter users. If this clip goes onto Twitter, I hope you know you're not right with some of the things you think. If you like an islander, if they do something, they can do bad things as well, and you can address that. Like,
is Twitter the most brutal place?
100, not even no comparison to any other place. Yeah, TikTok and Instagram are like. I'm trying to think of a way to say it without being rude here. I had an image.
Just nice.
It's like reading a porno magazine, and Twitter's the real thing.
So TikTok and Instagram are the porno mags, and then you've got Twitter, which is just
this is the soft side. This is the
really. Oh my god! And that's your. Do you still get hate on Twitter now?
All the time, yeah. And these people, there's. I don't know what they're called. There's like communities that absolutely hate me.
What?
There's people. I mean, I still get a lot of love on there, to be fair. But like, people do. People do give me a lot of shit, and I love it. I love every second of it. I'm there reading the people giving me shit. I'm laughing. Oh, I love it so much.
Is it just like water off your back? Doesn't bother you?
100%. Because if these people ever meet me in person, I'll give every single person the time of day. Yeah. Every single person, I'll have an honest chat. And once they understand the way I think, they'll understand me as a person. Like,
yeah, because they don't know.
They don't know me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love the haters. The lovers, the haters. I love every single one of you. Keep going. I smile when every tweet. I see most of them and I smile. I love it.
I love it. Yeah. Look at that. Appreciating the fans and the not so fans.
Oh yeah.
Appreciating everyone. Love for all.
I mean, I feel like it's haters that keep you relevant more than 100%. People who love you most of the time.
Man, look, people are talking about you. I don't care if it's good or bad. They're talking about you. Do you know?
It's the same thing.
Yeah. And to end on a nice little question to end on, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice before coming into reality TV, what would it be?
Not everything's gonna be as easy and as good as you possibly think it is. Like, there are tough moments when you've got to figure out yourself and figure out this new version of yourself. I feel like when I went in, my version of a Love Islander was like a genuine celebrity that was like, you come out and like, you're just rich, you got a Ferrari, you got a Porsche, you go on the show, no matter how long you're on there. That's not how it happens.
That'd be nice though.
Oh, it'd be absolutely beautiful. And doing all the shows, that's where I'm trying to end up.
That's what we're working towards, baby.
But
someone just sponsor him. Give him a Ferrari already.
Someone just give me a Ferrari. I'll do a TikTok for you. I don't post many on TikTok, so I feel like it's not all sweetness and light. You got to work hard for the things that come to you, but at the same time, it's the best experience you'll ever go through, and genuinely just enjoy every second of it in the moment. Because I feel like in the moment, it's tough to enjoy things. On the back of coming off all this, there's times like, do you remember when you first come off and like the excitement around the reunion, the excitement around all that, and like you maybe didn't appreciate it at the time, but you look back now, I'm like, oh, that was such an exciting time of my life.
I feel like
appreciated them every moment of it. It's something
pulled into this world, like dinners, drinks, doing things that you never actually ever thought you would ever do.
Literally.
And you're just like doing everything all at once.
Yeah, even like the free dinners. I was like, what do you mean you're gonna not make me pay?
I put on heaps of weight after the villa, man. I wasn't exercising. I'm with Jessie, so like I don't need to be in the gym.
To be fair,
we're traveling, drinking, eating.
That was me after the US one, to be fair. I feel like I come on Perfect Match as a bit of meat on me on Perfect Match, to be fair. I was really like, I should have been in the gym a little bit longer there, lads.
Oh no, well thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I've loved that chat. I don't want to pick favourites, but that's been a really fun chat for me. I've enjoyed that.
Do you know what? Exactly the same way, because I know we sort of met at the White Fox party for the first time, but like I've seen things and like I genuinely love the way you two are with each other, and especially all the being a Welshman, sheep, farms, You
have to get down to the farm one day.
I'll get down to the farm one day.
Yes, that's actually what I want to do. I want to start a series where I start bringing people to the farm and like
get chased by llamas, basically, alpacas.
Love it. I love the slow life. I love the fields, the farms. There's a little farm shop up by us, and honestly, They do these milkshakes. They're the nicest milkshakes
Love
you'll ever.
milkshakes.
If you're ever going to North Wales, send me a text. I'll send you the address. Nicest
Done.
milkshakes ever.
All I can think of,
hold on, let me find out what they're called so I can give you.
And we're going to later know that Scott owns this.
So they can give me
we'll
free
drive
milkshakes.
up there just for it.
Anyway, I've got an 8-year-old niece, and I take her up there sometimes, and she loves it, and she just interacts with all the animals and all that. She absolutely loves it.
Perfect.
No, that's so sweet. Look at him being wholesome.
I
In
know,
between
yeah.
all your TV shows, you just go back to Wales.
Next time we're in Wales, we're going to go to the milkshake shop. Next time you're down here.
Well, Wales is a big place. This is a massive misconception about Wales. South Wales, if you go to South Wales, you're 4 hours away from me. You're a long way. So like where some of the lads like Kieran or Liam Reardon, they're from South Wales. They're all there.
Are you North Wales?
I'm the North.
No.
I think I'm the only boy to ever be from North Wales.
Really?
The only other person from North Wales, I'm sure, is Amber, who
won.
won.
Sound really dumb. What's the capital or the city?
Cardiff.
Oh, Cardiff.
Cardiff's the capital of South Wales. Cardiff's the capital of Wales, but it's in South Wales. Sorry.
Cardiff is in South Wales.
Yeah.
So what would be in North Wales that I would know?
Wrexham,
Okay.
Bangor, Llandudno. It's proper. We call them GOG territory. Not we call them. We call GOGs because GOG is North Wales in Welsh, which is there.
Oh, you got tattooed.
Gogledd Cymru, which means North Wales in Welsh.
Wow.
So everyone shorts it to GOG, so we're all GOGs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So anyway, if you're ever up North Wales, you'd love it. Like Snowdonia's up there as well.
I reckon I've played
so you've been to North Wales then?
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. So,
but anyway, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Honestly, we have loved it, and hopefully maybe we'll see you again on TV. Maybe not if you're retired.
If not, you're welcome back on the podcast anytime.
No,
Yes.
I appreciate that. I mean, where I want it to go is TV in different directions now. Maybe not the dating side of it.
Amazing.
But not. Yeah, I want to get into my TV bag, but in a different way. But we'll see. There's conversations happening.
Okay,
early
exciting.
stages.
You
But,
heard it here first.
Early stages, but yeah, we'll see where I can take it.
All right,
Perfect. Well, you can find Scott on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Twitter, Scott VDS17 on everything. Look at the Twitter people. You know exactly who I'm talking to. The specific accounts, and I know you are, and I love you.
But thank you so much. For everyone watching and listening, thank you. If you're listening, please remember to smash that follow button, give us 5 stars. And if you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, please.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.
Woo.